Hello, I'm Steve. Thanks for visiting the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. Alright, so here we have this residential application, and essentially we just have the lamp here in the middle, and there's a window back here and some lights fixtures over here. Now I'm not sure if the light fixtures are all steel or non-combustible, but that's something that you need to consider. Other than that, let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. Now, the overall dimensions I got were possibly off a little bit. Didn't see how it would work out properly, but in any case, the measurements that I put here are 11 feet from this opening section. I originally made it 11 feet from here to here, and that just was too small, so I hope that is correct. And then I did the same over here. I made it from this wall here to this opening section at 10 feet, and then also they stated that the ceiling was 7 feet tall, and I just didn't see how this ceiling in here would be 7 feet, so I made that 8. I hope that works out. If it doesn't, we can make an adjustment on that. So overall, you can see this is 13 by 11, and all right, let's go ahead and turn that off. And they did mention that there was an outlet up here. Now I'm not sure if that's the 110 outlet or if that is a 240, but you definitely need a 240 outlet up here in order to make the system work. 110 or 120 volt will not work for an Infratech heater, and there are Infratech heaters out there that will work off of a 120 socket. However, they do not produce much heat whatsoever. I think it's like a 1500 watt unit, which will give you about a 3x3 footprint if you're sitting right underneath it, something of that nature. So just bear that in mind. You'll probably have to put in a new circuit in order to make this function properly. All right, so the first heater that I would suggest is going with a slimline unit. The reason I went with a slimline unit, this is a 4000 watt unit. Now you could go to a 3000 watt unit, and but I would probably recommend a 4000 watt unit first. The reason I went with a slimline is because it only requires 6 inches of clearance above, and then the wall bracket that they use, the OEM bracket, and I have this tilted down to from straight out 60 degrees down, so that you get the most coverage on this side of the patio here. And if we went to a C model, then it requires 12 inches of clearance above. That's basically the reason why. So let's turn on the array, and you can see here that we're getting a decent coverage with this right side here. Now, if it was ideal, I would put the heater above so that we got better coverage throughout the whole patio or seating area, but because the lamp's there, we can't do that, and this would only give enough heat to heat this one side of the patio here. So you can see that this is a light wave, and it's invisible to the human eye, and the light wave will travel until it meets some sort of mass. The table being mass, it'll absorb into the table. So if you're sitting over here, you're really not going to receive much of that heat. Now you might want to change this angle a little bit higher, but the distance that the ray has to travel, you can see here I cut this off here to represent the length of the ideal amount of heat that you can get off of a heater. Beyond this, it doesn't really become comfortable enough to sit, let's say, in 50 degrees or higher. So this is definitely not something that would heat up this side of the patio over here. Now over here, on the contrary, it'll be just warm enough, anything above 50 degrees. And some people, if you're in even colder climates and you're acclimated to those colder climates, that might be comfortable for you as well. So I don't have that answer. Every individual is a little bit different, so just bear that in mind. I have had people purchase this unit and state that they're in snowy weather, and they are very happy about the heater, for them. So Now, what I would recommend, and I should show you the clearances to combustibles here again. The OEM instruction manual states that you can place this heater against the wall at a maximum 60-degree tilt down and still be okay with the clearances to combustible. You can see that this clearance section here, which is 18 inches out, needs to, well, you can see it's penetrating here in the wall, but this is approved because the physical light wave itself is not penetrating the wall itself. So, all right, and then there's of course the clearance above, and oops, there is no problem with that. So we'll go on from there. All right, so my second recommendation would be to add an additional unit, and that's pretty simple. I do have this, again, 30 degrees tilt, well, from straight down 30 degrees up. And now I believe in their photo they sent me, there is some sort of probably a drop-down shade or something of that nature. So if that is a nylon material, then you would probably want to make sure that you are meeting that clearances. This bracket here is a 6-inch clearance. They do make a extension bracket, and you can go up to 6 inches of extension, meaning 12 inches total, or you can simply just change the angle of this bracket here, going straight up to the ceiling, mount it on the ceiling, and move the heater appropriately so that you're getting that 6 inches of clearance from that device. So and then you could also change this angle, so if it's on the ceiling, so that it is pointed a little bit more downwards, so that you're hitting these chairs more effectively there if you're moving this out here. So, but you can see with the 2 units, you're getting a very good coverage throughout the whole entire space. These particular chairs here are getting rays from 2 directions, the human body being 3-dimensional. We like to have heat from more than one side. You know, if you're sitting in front of a fireplace or outdoor fire pit type of thing, usually if it's a cold night, you turn around because your back is cold, and then you turn around again to keep your body warm. So with heaters from 2 sides of your body, you're generally more comfortable that way. So just bear that in mind. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans, please send your information to designs@patioheat.com. Again, please tap that like button. We do not advertise, we're not monetized, and YouTube does not promote a channel like that unless we receive your appreciation by giving us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Have an excellent day.